This week we're back with the Slash drag car. Trying to get some of the issues ironed out. Mostly the front, but I went to change the spur and the pinion. I actually started this video already once, but when I pulled off the spur, I noticed the slipper. It has 3 little pads in it that look like that. Well, one of them was missing completely, one of them was fine, and then one of them was shattered. So that's why I stopped making the video, because I had to go get a rebuild kit. So I went today to the hobby shop and got a rebuild kit for it. So that was an issue I ran into when I took that apart. I mounted my antenna. Let me see. So there's a little antenna right there. Finally get that mounted. As far as the front end goes, I'm trying to figure this out. The wheels I had on there were 3D printed. They're from J Concepts. They're $20 a piece, the wheels. So that was $40 in front wheels, plus another $20 for the tires. I did glue the tires on, so pretty much the set of tires is shot, and I have one wheel left. The other one's completely broken, you know, fixing it. So I'm not going to go that route again. Now they're custom made to fit the Slash drag conversion thing. There's other wheels you can run, the funny car wheels, the Bandit wheels, but the Bandit wheels are not deep dish or anything like that, so they don't really look as good. When I bought the rear wheels, which are these, they're Kyoshos, I actually got a set of the front wheels, which are these. Now, these front wheels, obviously, don't directly fit anything Traxxas. They take bearings, and obviously no hex on the back of them. So, herein lies the problem, mounting these. These are like $6 wheels, so obviously this is a better option for me. So I just have to figure out how I'm going to mount them. I can get them on there. I found the bearings. I found the bearings that fit the wheels and fit the axles, the Traxxas axles. So that's not a problem. The problem is, since there's no hex on the back of it, the axle spins when you go to mount this up. So I have to come up with an idea of, I don't have to come up with an idea. I know a few ideas. One is, obviously you can glue the axle in place, epoxy it, which I bought epoxy. The second option is, some people take the axle and basically grind a line in it, in the back of it, so you can get something in there to hold it, which may work, but probably a pain in the butt. Yeah, I think that, and then obviously there's another option of gluing a hex onto these wheels, which these aluminum hexes I have, actually, because they have that little inner round part there, fit into the wheel. And kind of, they obviously don't lock on there, but they fit into the wheel. And if I put some epoxy on there, it may hold them. But yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. I got a new set of front tires, same front tires I already had. This is one of the wheels mounted up. Like I said, I did start this video and then ran into the issues. I also did order some bead locks for the back. I know these all match now. Front and back wheels match, but I have a feeling I'm going to go through tires. So I did order some bead locks that I'm going to try. And I think that's it. I have the body behind me. It's I'm trying liquid mask for the first time, so we don't know what's going to happen, but it's all masked off. I just got to cut off the parts, the pieces that I need to cut out, and start getting it painted. But I do have it all liquid masked up, and I think that's it right now. Just got to get this front end figured out so I can run cheaper wheels. But yeah, get the new slipper on there and get the new pinion and spur. The pinion and spur I was running that I took off the car were a ridiculous 86 tooth pinion and a 37 tooth spur. Oh no, is it? Nope, 31 tooth spur. So pretty ridiculous setup. I'm going to a 26 tooth pinion and a 76 tooth spur. So we're gonna see what that does. But now that I got the slipper rebuild, we get started. Alright, so I got the pinion and spur on. While I'm in here, while I'm doing this, I'm actually going to redo my sway bar setup in the rear. I don't think it was working the way I had it. I think it was binding the suspension. The sway bar, well, the pieces were moving so much that it was causing an issue. Like, cause I could do this and they would lock down and they would cause the suspension to be lower. What I'm actually going to do is just drill a hole in here and a hole on that side and then mount the sway bar that way. So I have these links that I bought for the front. They're the same links that I used before. Let's see if I got the thing here. Yep. So these are the front sway bar linkage for slash four-wheel drive. So I'm going to just mount them back here, and I think that'll be better mount for my sway bar. Just want to make sure it clears everything, tires and stuff like that. But I'm gonna get these holes drilled and get this all mounted up. Alright, so here's what I did. Just a little hole right in there, right in there. I'm just gonna thread, I'm just gonna use the things on there and just thread it straight in there. Alright, so here's both of them mounted up. That's it. I'm just going to bend the bar like I did last time and just run it out to there. So I think this will be a better setup than I had on there. I don't think that setup was really working like it should. So alright, so that's done. I'm really happy how it came out. I think this is going to be a way better setup. I do think I need to get longer threaded rods here to get this kind of flat, because it kind of goes on an angle down. So I'm looking at getting a little bit longer with threaded rod to make this taller. I don't know how much thread's left in there. Maybe I will see if I can take this apart and run it up a little bit. But for now, that's a good setup. It's way better than I had before. Onto the front. So I think it's what I'm going to do for my front. Like I said, I have these tires and wheels. These wheels, they are the Kyosho wheels. What I'm going to do is, so what this is, okay, so this is a Bandit steering knuckle. It does take two bearings, and then this is a slash axle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this setup for my front now. I think it'll work. It does stick out a little bit further than I wanted, but it doesn't really matter. I don't think it's going to affect anything. But for now, this is the setup I'm going to go with. I was watching something on YouTube today, and J Concepts is actually coming out with a production version of these. I don't know when, but they are coming out with a production version of the front and the back ones. So hopefully they'll be cheaper. And then they're actually coming out with new tires, and front tires and back tires set up for drag racing, which is cool. They are also coming out with another body. It is like a 5.0 Mustang, which I don't know. I'm probably going to get it and maybe build another car. But so I'm going to basically take this bearing off here, pour epoxy down in there, and then put the bearing back on there, and hopefully this axle will stay locked. The only reason why I need it locked is to tighten down the nut on it. So I think that's my best option. I don't think cutting it or anything like that will help, so to get some epoxy in them and get them glued. Alright, that was kind of a pain. I got epoxy everywhere, but I think it might work. So it's only been a few minutes and they're pretty much solid. This one's the second one I did.
As you can see, I got epoxy all over it. So, yeah. The first one came out pretty good. Second one, I just got a bunch of epoxy on. I think because I had the paper towel I was using to kind of wipe it off had epoxy on it already. So, the biggest thing is going to be see how much pressure I can put on it, because I always have to tighten the nut on here to tighten the wheel down. So, that's going to be the real test. Obviously, I'm going to let them dry and see how they work. Alright, got it back together. Like I said, this is just a temporary setup until J Concept does come out with these, because like I said, they're making a production model of these, which are hopefully going to be cheaper. So this is just completely temporary. But I'll let them sit for a few minutes, and I was able to tighten a nut on there with no problem. They spin pretty good. These tires are not glued on here, so I don't know if I'm actually going to glue them on there. They shouldn't really come off. And part of the reason why I broke the last rim, I believe, is I glued these on here, and when it hooked the pavement, you know, the tire hooked the pavement, the tire would have blown off the rim. I probably would have been fine, but so yep, pretty much got everything done that I said I was going to. Besides adding the sway bar, the new sway bar setup, which I believe is going to work great. Got the antenna mounted, the switch finally mounted. The front setup done. New spur and pinion, a different size, to hopefully tame the car a little bit, and obviously change my slipper after finding out it was broken. I'm gonna look into I've seen some stuff on eBay, but I wanted to get this done this week, so I went to my hobby shop and just got stock Traxxas stuff. But I did see that they have upgraded slipper pads for these. I don't know, they do have slipper eliminator, but I don't know if I want to go that route, because I do want some sort of fail-safe, you know, hopefully to keep the gears in the transmission. If you go straight to slipper eliminator, I mean, that's a lot of power going to this shaft right here. So keeping the slipper might be a better idea. So that's what I think I'm going to do, and just look into different pads for it. But yeah, I guess what we got to do now is take it out and test what we did to it. I got to do some adjustments to the front end. It's kind of out of whack, so just basically got to adjust the front end and everything. And then yeah, I'm going to do some testing with it with the updates. So hopefully I can get it out this weekend and do some testing. So I might have an extra video next week, if I can get it out and find a better area to run it on. But yeah, that's going to be it for this week. Thanks for coming back. Hopefully also I'll have the body done. I have it, like I said. Let me get it real quick. So this is liquid mask. First time using it, so I got the whole body masked out. So I just got to cut it all out and start to get the painting. So hopefully I can get that done. Like I said, I got to do some adjustments up front, these wheels. But I hope you come back next week. Like I said, I might have a video of this, an extra video of this. But I'm probably going to jump on my Wraith build, because I want to get the cage built, because that's where I'm at with that. Yeah. See you next time.